Good morning, it's a beautiful start to the day. Look at the sunshine flooding in through the doors down there. First job of the day, going to get rid of the blobs from the ceiling and fill the cracks. So that is the first sand of everything that I've done, and it's not looking too bad. The ceiling is already looking a lot better. I will have to go over a lot of the cracks again. When you put the filler in, it shrinks, so it's hard to get it to end up smooth first time. But that's not a problem. We're in a good place. Yeah. Well, I think a better place for me would be the shower now, but yeah. Good progress today. I'm in the corridor, and well, the thought I had today was I'll put the skirting boards on and cut them all to size. But before I could do that, I wanted to put the architrave on this door. Now this door used to be the door into the bathroom. It used to swing inwards. And a long time ago, I changed the hanging of the door and had it hanging outwards. But it never shut properly. And now I've just taken an hour or two of my day to make it work. So the door now fits, but sorry I didn't film it. I didn't think it was going to be a long or particularly exciting job. But you can tell I've done it. Have a look. There's a lot of sawdust, which is the result of me using the plane. It's a lovely electric plane which came complete with sawdust collection bag. I've learnt today that if a sawdust collection bag falls into the plain part of it, it gets completely shredded and then the sawdust goes everywhere. So it's been an educational day for me so far. Reasonably productive, because the door for which I was going to put the architrave round now fits. Yay! So now all that remains, well, I've got to fit the stop bits so the door closes up to something. I've got to fit the lock back, and then I can get on and fit the architrave. I'm just going to carry on. Not for the first time have we found something written behind the wood. Now this time it's no political message or anything like that. It's, I think, just a delivery sticker. Oman, Charente Inferior. Charente Maritime used to be called Charente Inferior, and I think they changed it because inferior doesn't sound too attractive a place to live, does it? But so now it's called Charente Maritime, much nicer. But obviously back in the day, that's what they wrote on it to make sure it got to the right place. Ta-da! So once all the adhesive I've stuck these on with, once that's all set firm, I'll just fill the joints with wood filler, fill these holes. I'll just take that little lock off, and that door will be ready for painting. Hooray! Now that I've done all of that, I can get the skirting cut and fitted. Well, that's it for today, but I've made good progress. Yay!
Good morning. Welcome back to the latest Room of Doom. I was really excited this morning because I was like, oh brilliant, I can get up, I can crack on with painting. However, I've come up here and I've realised I still have to re-sand down the bits that the plasterer did. And I've just got everything dust free. Okay, here goes. Quick sand and then we'll start painting. I've had my mask on, but I look like I've been in some kind of Colombian midweek party, which I haven't. Anyway, that's really, really annoying me. You just touch it and it just goes dink. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to ignore it for a while and I'm going to come back to it later. If it annoys you, walk away from it for a while. I've had a little bit of a clean up in here and I'm ready to start with some paint. I'm going to go in with a primer on the walls first. The walls are like a kind of grey, milky colour. But I want to put a primer on before I put any nice paint on, just to kind of seal it and give it a nice whiteness before I go in with the next colour. My primer will be watered down white paint. It's a cheap way of making primer. So here goes, let's have one last quick look. There we go, nice before. I'm going to come back and address those later, so yeah. I realise that I'm making a massive schoolgirl error. Now, I'm a bit ticked off because this morning I spent ages washing that roller tray and this paint roller because it's the only one that matches in size in the whole blooming house. Because I thought the wall is smooth after all of that sanding. And obviously this is a smooth roller, and quite clearly there is patches that it's not that I've missed, you know, it's not anyone's fault, it's not Nick's fault, Nick's not a plasterer, it just happens sometimes. But yeah, this wall again is a bit like a pumice stone. and this just isn't cutting it. So I'm going to go and get a different roller, and I'm just going to have a little bit of a go over on this again, because yeah, it's just cack. Yeah, the paint isn't really going into or onto the wall greatly. It's fine, things like this happen. It's just a bit of a meh, innit? Because then you kind of got to restart. Every day's a school day. Okay, let's take two. This is now too big for the tray. I now have this, which is like miniature, but it's going to work, and I want to crack on. So I'm just going to use this. So if you're wondering why I'm using this stupidly tiny roller, that's because we have no trays that will fit this ridiculously big roller that would work.
Good morning, back in the corridor. First job of the day, I need to put some filler on those joints again. When that's gone off, I can sand it down and hopefully that'll be it ready for painting. But yeah, got a bit of crack filling to do initially. Another job I'm then going to get on with is putting up the ceiling roses that we've bought for up there. So yeah, just going to crack on with it today. Most of what I've just done, very, very thin, so it won't take long to dry, and then we can give it just a final little light sand before decoration. So, well, I'm waiting for that to dry. Try and get these up on the ceiling. Well, that's one of the ceiling roses up with a hook ready for a chandelier. Going to do the one down the other end of the corridor now. And there we have it, ceiling rose number 2. When we get a chandelier up there, it's going to look really, really good.
Just like me.
Well, I'm not putting you up there. Hanging you from the ceiling. It's wrong. Get arrested for that. Didn't take me as long as I thought it might to put up those ceiling roses, so not quite ready to do the sanding yet. So I'm going to do some stripping. Don't worry, it's not me. I'm going to take all the old white paint off the outside of these doors. see that's a majority of the paint off the outside of the doors now. I'm going to give them a very gentle sand just to get rid of any residual paint. Unfortunately, before we can repaint them, got to replace that window. It cracked. Hopefully I've got one that size in stock, so I don't need to do a bricko trip. I hope.
Well, finally, I'm getting somewhere. You've probably seen I've started wiping down the woodwork as I go around the room now. I ran out of paint again. I've gone through 2 big half tubs, watered down. It's been really odd, this room. In some places it's like the paint's just not sticking and I'm having to go over it again and again and again. Yeah, it's only meant to be a base coat, but it's just, I don't know, it just feels a bit harder compared to the other rooms. Maybe it's just the fact that the whole thing is like new plastered. Anyway, I've just opened this new paint and it's weird because for starters it's like nearly a full tub. This is French paint, but it's just, it's just like it's got cooking oil on the blooming top. So yeah, I'm now having to spend ages mixing this. It's one of those days today, you know, when you feel like you just really wanted to get somewhere quickly, but you're not going anywhere fast. I have patched up these as well. KFG, keep flipping going, eh? Okay, it's now 10 to 7 in the evening. I started this at about 11:15 this morning. I had about half-hour break for lunch, occasionally popped downstairs, flung a load of washing on, you know the drill. I finished today with the white paint. Yep, there we go. I've got to come back in tomorrow morning and the first thing I've got to do is sand those and get those painted white. I have today cleaned down or washed down all of the woodwork. So I'm now going to call it quits in here for today. Yeah, don't know why it's taken so much effort this time. Normally it just glides on like butter, but yeah, it's weird. It's like the paint won't stick to the plaster. Bizarre. Anyway, I'm going to go get a shower. I look like I've been in some kind of horrible Japanese adult film. Yeah. Progress. Doesn't look like it, but progress.
Morning. Job number 1 for me today, get this wood primed. Taken a while, but that's the first undercoat on the woodwork, so I'll leave that a little while and hopefully I'll be able to get another coat on there. And whilst I'm waiting for that to dry, I'm going to get some white paint up there.
Good morning. I feel a lot more positive this morning. I've come up here and I've looked at the paint, and there's only a couple of areas where it's still patchy from yesterday. Don't know whether you can see it, but it's just this top half here, which is really bizarre. So I think I'm going to start off today by sanding these. You can see this one, it's still a tiny little bit wet. We'll give it a go, see what happens. Yay, that is all done. Just got to wait for the paint to dry, but I'm just going to quickly just go along there and just give that little area that I showed you another little coat. I've got this paint and I don't want it to look messy on the wall if I've not kind of coated the white enough. All will be revealed very shortly. I think I am now ready to start with some paint. I think I'll probably start with the ceiling rose. There's a little close-up of that. It's got these tiny little beading detail all around the outside. I'm going to paint the ceiling rose firstly in the same colour as what the walls are going to be. It is another Faro and Ball paint. I bought this a good few years ago now. I did have ideas over what I wanted to do with all of the different rooms. This is the colour I picked for this one. It is a different type of paint to what I'm used to using. Normally I use estate emulsion, and this one's called modern emulsion. So, what have we got? We have Vardo 288. Can't seem to get the words out today with this, don't know why. And the difference between estate emulsion and modern emulsion is normally the estate emulsion has no sheen at all to it, whereas this has something like 7% sheen. Let's start by giving these a shake. They've been in storage for quite some time. The top of the tins are a bit rusty. This is something that we've definitely not had before, but here goes. Are you ready? Ooh. And there we go, a Vardo. For all of you doubters or haters out there, just remember, I've said this once before, I'm sure I'll say it again, trust the process. Wait to see what happens at the end when it comes to the room reveal. Then you can judge the whole thing. Let's get the show on the road, shall we? Let us begin. Okay, well, it's come out a little darker than what I expected, but of course, you know, let it dry. There is more paint to go on that. I am going to start doing some of the walls next. Yeah, here goes. I've come downstairs to make lunch and I've just come through into the new editing suite room. I bought a little marble table the other week and I just looked at this marble table and it's like, oh, what the hell is that on the table? It's like there's poo on it. And yeah, we've got a swallow that's flown into the house. So there's the table and obviously there's the bird dirt. And then look who's up here in our house. Hello there. Have you come in here to edit? Should we put the light on? This is a first.
Come on.
And
oh.
Hey!
I'm really pleased with how that paint's gone on. You can hardly tell where I've filled in those cracks now, so yeah, quite pleased with that. And well, whilst I've been doing that, this woodwork, it's really dry, so top coat, here we come.
It is now 7 o'clock at night. I have finished with the colour Vardo for today. A couple of things to tell you. This has come out a little bit darker than what I thought it would. Full disclosure. Oops. It's not coming out on camera very well. It's coming out more green. It kind of reminds me of the green from the green bathroom, ironically. But I'm going to come up here tomorrow morning. I'm going to open all of the shutters because I've had these shut all day. It's a little bit windy, things are blowing around. So, yeah, I've reached the end of my Vardo day. And also, it's wet in patches. I'll tell you what though, I rate this modern emulsion from Farrow & Ball a lot better than the estate emulsion. This has got a nice sheen to it, where the other one is just like chalky dusty gack. Yeah, it's time to call it quits for the day. It's time to go and cook dinner. Thoroughly enjoyed painting in here today, I really have. It's been so much better than all of that horrible white yesterday. And I even got my vibe on to drum and bass. I mean, whoever built this house would have thought that someday there would have been a crazy woman wearing an AC/DC t-shirt, vibing it out to drum and bass music. No, they would never have thought that. I am pleased with what I have achieved today. I'm looking forward to coming up in the morning and showing you what it looks like. Yeah, trust the process. By the way, this gash horrible pink colour, yeah, that's going. That's not staying. So I know that some of you may like it, some of you may not, but yeah, no, that's going.
finished painting them now. Let me show you. I'm going to leave them open overnight. I will pull the shutters closed, but yeah, I can't shut them because they'll probably stick to each other or something like that. So yeah, but yeah, pleased with that.
Good morning, I'm back up here. I've come up, I've opened both sets of shutters, and I thought I'd show you the finished colour. It's a lot more brighter than yesterday, now it's dried. Yeah, okay, still a little dark. Thought it was brighter, or I think I remembered it being brighter. Bearing in mind that I did buy all of the paint for these rooms a few years ago. So here we are. Oh, again, it's weird because it's just not coming out right on camera, but it's more of like I'd call it like a teal or a peacock blue. Stick around for next week though, because there's lots of brighter things that are going on in this room.
Hi and welcome to Wine of the Week. And this week we've been back to our favourite discount German supermarket, and well, we came away with a bottle of Crow's Hermitage. So I'll get that open. And while I'm doing that, what is going on?
Well, I've decided this week, after looking at other people's videos, that we should become influencers.
Okay.
You know, we've done an awful lot of videos. Yeah, we've not got a massive following, but I thought this might help us.
Quality, not quantity, though.
I know. But apparently this is everything that you need to become an influencer. It's like a starter pack. These tablescapes are all the rage. Now, we can't afford a proper one, so I've just made do with what we've got to hand. Yes, it may be a bit weird that we have these things to hand, but, you know.
When you say we have these things to hand.
Hey ho, you know, you've got to give it a go. Why not? Each to their own.
There we go. Well, if you know what's going on with any of that, then good luck to you.
Yep.
And, well.
Lovely brooch, by the way.
Thank you.
Brings out the colour in your eyes.
Thank you. Can I just get on with
course.
Wine of the Week now? Lovely. Well done.
Well done. Thanks for watching, and we will see you
next time.